Human-wildlife conflict has been a menace in the larger Laikipia Plateau over the years. This has seen the conflict causing unforeseen and unwarranted damage scale with far less mitigation on the same. Located on the equator in the former Rift Valley province of the country, Laikipia County boasts of two major urban centers, Nanyuki to the southeast and Nyahururu to the southwest. Being a natural county, its main economic activities include tourism and agriculture. Laikipia Plateau is the second largest habitat of elephants in Kenya and has seen unprecedented human-elephant conflict with isolated cases of up to 10 incidents in a day. This has resulted to destructions of up to $1 million of crops, human injuries and even deaths. This has also contributed to increased and unnecessary deaths of elephants too. Proposed mitigations have seen the Laikipia County government coming up with initiatives such as erecting electric fences as a best way of warding off elephants from farmlands. This project was launched from the money raised at the inaugural Giants Club Summit hosted by President Uhuru Kenyatta in April. Jennifer Nasusi, a 56-year-old mother of 9 and resident of Laikipia, gives her first-hand experience of the human-elephant conflict problem.
Niliamka asubuhi, alikuwa mwezi wa 8 na watoto wangu alikuwa nyumbani. Hii watoto wakubwa waliamka wakaenda kibarua. Watu walienda kibarua, mimi nikabaki na watoto wadogo. Na mbuzi bado ninafunga na mimi nikachunganga. Sasa nikaambia hii watoto wadogo, fanyeni hivi, mkae mcheze hapo, niende nishota kwanza maji. Alafu wakati mimi nitarudi kwa maji, niwashe nyinyi nyumbani, mimi nifungue mbuzi. Kwa sababu mimi ndiye nilikuwa nachunga mbuzi yangu. Mimi nikaamka nikateremka. Alikuwa ni saa 3. Nikateremka sasa kwa mtoni. Sasa wakati nilifika hapo mtoni ilikuwa nimekaribia Muguri. Sasa nikasikia kitu akikanyanga miti. Kifanya kishwa hivi tayari ni ndovu amenikuta kama hii watu wanasimama. Nikapendeka hivi. Yeye anafika kelele. Akanikimbisha kidogo tu, yani kama hii nyumba. Sasa akanirushia ndani ya Muguri. Akanifuata. Sasa akanigonga na meno. Hii kaingia ndani, kafunja mara bafu na hii nyingine. Sasa ikarudi nyuma ribasi kiwa mimi nalala, akatoa meno, karudi ribasi hivi, hakuja. Sasa akaniambia sasa kufanya pembe nyingine tripu ya pili, akanitoa hii, kanigonga hapa. Sasa akanipita juu. Wakati alinipita juu, sasa yeye ameelekea. Mimi sijakumbuka kama amenionyesha. Wakati mimi nafanya kisha hivi, nikaona yeye akifuata Muguri akielekea bande ya chini. Sasa mimi nikajaribu kuamka hivi, vitu ya tumbo ndio imetoka. Nikasulia na ile flag ilikuwa inashika.
Since the ordeal, she has been unable to fend for her children because of the injury she sustained from the elephant.
Hata watoto saa hii wamekosa hata shule. Iko wale wamekosa shule, wamekuwa kufuata mbuzi. Na iko ile hapo secondary wanataka kumalizia Mwagai. Sasa hiyo mambo yote imekosekana. Sababu nilikuwa nanyonyokia mambo yangu yote. Nilikuwa najitegemea. Wakati nilirudishwa nyumbani kagonjeka, ni matiti ikafura tena, ni mwili ikasiba. Sasa hii msichana wangu na ile ndugu yangu anakuanga na nyuki, alikuja na ngari yake. Sasa walienda tena Crawford huko kwa Geb, akakuja na ngari, alileta mpaka hospitali, ikapikwa picha ya trip ya pili, hiyo ya hapa ya matiti. Sasa wakanirudisha mpaka kwangu. Nafikiri ni zawadi yao ni ngari pekee yake.
Nasusi laments on how the human-elephant conflict has affected the residents of Laikipia. She is categorical that the government cares more about the elephants than human lives.
Kama alikuwa ni ndovu ndio ameuliwa, ingekuwa umemaliza watu. Kwa vile alikuwa ni binadamu ndio alipata jeraha ama alikufa, ndio mnafuruta sasa mambo yangu ilikuwa namna hii, ndio watoto wangu wapate shida pamoja na mimi. Kama alikuwa ndovu ndio ametoliwa meno, siku hiyo kesho yake angelala. Ingekuwa watu wengine wamekufia hata jana sababu ya ndovu. Lakini kwa mtu mnafuruta mpaka ifike maga 2, maga 3 ama maga 10. Na mnasema tu tutagaramia. Mpaka hata hiyo mtu anaweza anakufa. Baadaye mnafikiria vile mtalipa na tayari imekuwa mjanga.
The bringing of the fence will be a sigh of relief to the people of Laikipia. She is optimistic it will bring a long-standing solution to the menace.
Itasaidia. Hata mashamba ya watu itasaidia. Hata wanasema wakitenziwa hata tutafuna mashamba.
Mary Wanjiku, also a resident of the area and mother of 8, has undergone a great ordeal under the brunt of elephants. She is a farmer with a 2-acre farm, and being dependent on farming, she has experienced unwarranted destruction of her farm crops by elephants too.
Kwa shamba yangu mimi nalima eka 2, ndio nafundisha watoto naye, na sana sana mimi nalemewa hata kusomesha watoto juu madofu imetuharibia mashamba yetu. Hii shamba yangu napatanga samani za ile dofu sina kaa bila kutokea sana, natoaga magunia 50. Lakini saa zingine napata 20, hata kuna wakati napata magunia 10. Sasa unaona hata nashindwa na kusomesha watoto.
Space for Giants, an organization that has also partnered with the county government of Laikipia, believes that with the bringing up of the electric fence, it will help in alleviating the agriculture from the wildlife. Their CEO believes that the over 100 kilometers of fence will do away with the human-elephant conflict and also protect small crops and smallholders from wildlife.
We're here today because this is the front line separating agriculture, smallholder agriculture, from elephant conservation in North Kenya. And it's a really important issue that is unfolding here, and the issue is human-elephant conflict. And while elephant poaching crisis is a massive emergency problem, human-elephant conflict over the long term is going to be the single biggest issue for elephant conservation in Africa. And what we're doing here today is we're launching the West Laikipia Fence project. So it's over 100 kilometers of fence. Some was previously built, some hasn't been built. That's going to be upgraded to protect smallholder crops and smallholders from elephants coming from conservancies in Laikipia. We get between 2,000 and 3,000 incidents of human-elephant conflict in this area per year, and that's up to 10 people being injured or killed. It's millions and millions and millions of shillings of damage to smallholder crops. So it's one of the worst sites of human-elephant conflict, not just in Kenya but in East Africa. So if we're going to solve this problem, let's start here where we've got one of the biggest hotspots in the region. That's why we're starting here.
The British government has also partnered with the county government of Laikipia, and according to Colonel Tom Vallings, Commander British Army Training Unit in Kenya, Batuk, the building of the fence is a timely venture which will address the human-elephant conflict menace.
Well, the fence is really important to the community. As you know, the Laikipia Plateau is home to some 6,300 elephants, and the British Army, we do our training on that plateau as well, or much of our training on that plateau, and we train about 10,000 troops here a year, and the communities and the elephants are after the same resource really, and in order for them to both be able to use the land to best effect and protect the elephant and protect the communities, this fence will help deconflict that conflict, and it'll protect a key supply for food for the communities, it'll create jobs for the communities, it'll stimulate the economy for the communities, and I think it'll bring some much needed investment into the area. And then of course for the elephant, it's a huge benefit to the elephant, protecting it from poachers and from those farmers who where the elephant was previously causing trouble. So I think it's a win for the elephant, it's a win for the communities, and it's a win for Batuk, because we help cement our relationship with the communities. We are also helping to protect the elephant, and we're also protecting our training areas at the same time. So it really is a win-win-win situation.
The British government has also committed $22 million, which is a third of the project cost, to ensure it is a success to all.
The British government's putting in 22 million shillings, that's £150,000, and that's about a third of the overall cost of the project, and we're really proud to be part of it.
During the opening of the project, Professor Judy Wakhungu, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Environment, spearheaded the launch of the West Laikipia Fence project. Flanked by Max Graham, Chief Executive Officer, Space for Giants, and the Governor of Laikipia County, Honorable Joshua Irungu, Wakhungu said the fence was important because it will help in mitigating the current human-elephant conflict. She further said the biggest problem that government has faced over the years in wildlife conservation, apart from poaching, is to find adequate space for wildlife.
This fence is extremely important because it's going to mitigate human-wildlife conflict here in West Laikipia. As you know very well, the biggest challenge I have in terms of wildlife conservation is finding space for the wildlife. Poaching is a problem, yes, but the biggest problem I have is finding space. As our demographic transitions change, in other words, human population is growing, and as there's also pressure to develop facilities and infrastructure, we're losing space for wildlife, which means that over the last several years, incidents of conflict between humans and wildlife, especially elephants, has increased. This fence here, which is about 163 kilometers in length when it is completed, is going to help mitigate that problem. That is why we're here today.
The government is also looking into the challenge of compensating locals affected by the conflict.
Compensation has been a challenge. As you know, I spearheaded the new law that is in place that actually said compensation must be part and parcel of our conservation efforts and our human-wildlife conflict remediation. In terms of the total compensation in Kenya alone, where we have over 800 cases, about 1 billion shillings. I received 235 million shillings from the National Treasury. That is the reality of the challenge. What we had to do was also to put the CWCCCs together. That is the committees that work with the counties and the national government on the issue of assessing the compensation cases, the validity, and also now how to compensate the families. Because of the shortfall in terms of funding, we decided that we would first look at the most serious cases of all, which is loss of life. So this is what now we have been doing, and in a number of counties we've been able to pay the families, each family 5 million shillings, and we've been able to pay 3, 4, 5 families, and that process is still ongoing. But that is the difficult. We're telling them to be patient with us. We're doing what it is that we can. Every effort is being made to ensure that we raise the funds so that they are compensated.
The governor of Laikipia also echoed the CS's sentiments on the partnership of his government, the national government, the Space for Giants and Batuk in matters wildlife conservation, and HEC, which has been there for many years.
This is a very important function for us, and putting up this fence of about 163 kilometers of the West Laikipia fence in partnership with the national government, with the county government, with the Batuk, with the Space for Giants, and with the launchers that are within us, is that we want to reduce the problem that has been there of human-wildlife conflict that has been there for many years. This is not just something that has just come up, but of late it has become a major problem. It's just because the population is growing. People are still continuing opening the various farms. People have continued even closing the corridors, the wildlife corridors, which is a major problem. And appreciating Laikipia County hosts the second highest number of animals, wild animals, outside the protected area. We have taken it as a county in partnership with the national government and other partners, other key stakeholders, to make sure that our people are living harmoniously with the wild animals, and in the spirit of conserving our heritage and particularly our wild animals, we thought it is important that the county government sets a budget that can be able to conserve the wild animals, and particularly putting up these 163 kilometers. Our 40 million will not be able to do that, but we are with the partnership with the others, all the key players, the launchers, the national government, and we are even sure that the national government through the president had also committed some substantial amount of money that is going to be put in place. So what we are doing today is to start from this aid, and as we continue, because there will be cost of putting the fence is one thing, but maintenance of the fence is the greatest challenge, because this would not be the first fence have been put. I know I participated in looking for money from donors, particularly from CDTF, and they did a bit of about 6-10 kilometers, but actually it was fundraised. And therefore today the reason why we are here is also to tell our communities that this is the role that they are supposed to play, this is the role the partners are going to play, this is the role the security is going to play, this is the role the national government is going to play for us to have a sustainable fence, because we don't want also to misuse the public resources. And therefore this is a great day for us, and I want also to use this opportunity to request all the other partners for us to be able to conserve the wild animals. We have to continue putting the resources. We have to continue putting the resources, particularly in terms of maintaining this fence.
Elephants are hugely valuable where there's tourism. In this landscape here in North Kenya, we know that the tourism sector is generating roughly $20 million per annum, even when we've got low occupancy rates. And that equates to roughly $3,500 per annum. So over the lifetime of an elephant, that's $200,000. So elephants are incredibly valuable alive. And if you take that into consideration, and you take into consideration the cost of keeping them alive now, it's a no-brainer. Elephants are worth more alive than dead.